Sorry about the foam. Let's see how good you are, half and half. What do you got?
Once the foam settles, it'll be half. What is up, guys? It is September 23rd today. Welcome back to another episode of Deer 30. We're up here, just got done with a sit here tonight up in central Wisconsin. We were just going to do a little bit of a recap of mine and Aaron's first week of the season and some of the other guys on the crew. So we'll kick right off into starting last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I went out we were getting a couple good bucks on some public land here that we've been running cameras on all summer. And actually, take that back, we weren't getting pictures of them. We had one picture of them in June, but we knew they were in the area. I went to get pull cards on. I gotta straighten things out here. Now I'm good. I went the day before bow season opened to pull cards, and since those bucks shed velvet, they actually moved back onto some of the DNR land that we had a camera on, and two of them were actually daylight. A few days leading up till season, we decided not to hunt them opening weekend just because of the pressure we were worried to put, or other people would put, on that area. We're a little bit further back in that property. We didn't think anyone would go back in there, but we just wanted to play it safe. So we waited till Monday and Tuesday. The weather wasn't ideal, but we did have good wind to go in there. So went in first night, and we seen a couple does, a couple fawns, and one little buck we had around for about an hour. And then Tuesday, we went back in there. Brennen came up, hunted that afternoon, and all we seen was one fawn. It was a pretty slow afternoon. Both Monday and Tuesday were hotter than normal with what we'd like to be hunting this time of year. But I thought if those deer were in that area, we would try and capitalize on them while we could. We didn't have luck the first two stabs at them, so we decided to stay out of there. I think they'll make an appearance again here in come October or end of October, so we'll probably just opt to stay out of that property until we get good enough weather. But on Wednesday, me and Brennen went to a new piece of MFL that we actually were hunting, or we were scouting all summer long, and we had a couple decent bucks there during the summer. We had a decent sitting there, seen a doe, a couple fawns, but none of the bucks we had on camera. Ever since they lost their velvet, they've been kind of hit or miss on the camera in there. So just gave it one stab there, and then let's see, you hunted some public on Friday? You hunted another piece of public?
Yeah, Friday dove into some public. Didn't really see too much. It was pretty foggy that morning, actually. And at this spot it's kind of weird. We've had numerous deer using it, but just not anything bigger than what, 2-year-old?
Yeah, I think 2.
But we decided we were going to actually go in there and kill a doe if it came in. And we actually had a doe and a 7-pointer workout. They actually looked like they were going to come right to us, but they ended up going into the corn probably 100 yards out from us, and just ended up being a slow morning. It was pretty nice, but the fog just it would come in, go out, come in. It's kind of a weird morning. So we didn't see too much besides that. We ended up seeing a ladder stand not too far from our setup, actually. And we pulled that card, and wouldn't you know it, after like that opening day, we went like, what, 3-4 days without any deer. And this spot had, 10-12 deer at it, morning, night, during the day. So it just goes to show you get that opening weekend on public, pressure wise, you don't know what you're dealing with. So perfect example right there. I mean, we had deer in daylight all the time. Just took one person, it looks like, to go in there and kind of change things up. So we ended up moving that camera though, not too far, but to a different trail. So we'll see what kind of happens in there. But other than that, we kind of stayed low this weekend.
Yeah.
Weather wasn't right.
Yeah,
I think going on. So
I think we will get something good on camera on that property. I don't know if well, we got quite a few different options once end of October into November come between hunting public around here and some of the private pieces that I can hunt. So it's probably not going to be high on our list unless something really big shows up consistently.
I think that's with a lot of our spots, though. I mean, unless something. Biggest thing right now is not pressuring them. We have so many spots that, you know, we might only hunt one in a couple weeks. You know, like the spot we were in tonight, we had never stepped foot on it before today. Pretty much 2-3 hours of today was just walking the piece.
Yeah, we went in completely blind. I found it a few days ago on Onyx. We never checked it out or nothing before. Well, I did kind of a drive-by last night. I didn't hunt on Sunday night, and just kind of scoped the outskirts of the property to see what there was for crops around it and things like that, and if there was any hunting pressure. Didn't see any hunting pressure on Sunday, so I felt pretty confident that we weren't going to see anything during the week here. So we actually went in tonight, got in early about 2 in the afternoon, and spent a good hour and a half just walking some of the property. Tried to stay on the outskirts, but it was tough. The property is it's all oak timber, and it was cut probably, I would say, within the last 5 years, and it's just some thick, nasty briar brush, everything coming up. But the landowner does maintain the logging roads pretty well in there, so walking the roads is pretty good, in and out, things like that. But we went in there, we found a couple spots that we were interested in focusing on in the future, and we put a couple covert cameras out. We decided to sit over a water hole tonight.
On a whim.
On a whim. We really didn't think we were going to see anything at all, but we got pretty lucky. I don't know, about the last 45 minutes before light, we heard something crack up on the ridge above us, and it was a decent buck. I don't know if he was bedded there or what, but something got him up on his feet. There was a raccoon that climbed a tree not too far from him, so I don't know if that kind of boogered him or what, but we had our eyes on him for maybe a good couple minutes, and then he just went up on top of the ridge and lost sight of him, and it was pretty slow after that. But it was good to got high hopes for that property. It doesn't seem like it gets pressured that much, and first deer that we've seen was a solid deer, so I think something bigger will show up on the cameras there too.
It's just one of them properties I think is going to be hard for the normal or average guy to hunt, just because it's a lot of huge ridges up and down, and especially, you know, if you're in there, if you're looking to take climber in there or something, I mean, it's going to take a good amount of effort to get back where we were anyway.
Yeah,
I feel like. So I think we could, as long as we stay out of there for a while. I mean, our plan now is probably stay out for till end of October. We know what's there now, and it looks really good. I mean, we give it a good amount of effort at the right time. I think we can come out of there with a pretty solid deer.
So that's pretty much up to date for us. I'm going to be, at the end of this week, heading to Kansas for a couple of days. We're going to be doing a card pull down there and might get a sit or two in with Brennen. Other than that, we're pretty much, we ain't going to be out here hunting Wisconsin a whole lot until I go to Alberta on the 6th of October. Myself, Brennen, and Dylan, and Alex Comstock from Whitetail DNA going up there for a week. So we really won't be hunting Wisconsin until about mid-October. I'm going tomorrow out to my family property. I haven't pulled cards out there since, I want to say, maybe about the 25th of August. So before a lot of these deer were shedding velvet. And I know some good bucks should be showing up there soon, but I didn't have, honestly, a single shooter on camera all summer long on any of the farms I could hunt over there. Something good should show up, but I'm a little concerned because nothing has shown up yet. I got high hopes that this card pull will really define where I'm going to be hunting the rest of the season. Other than that, Brennen and Ryan and Brandon, they got out hunting this weekend down in southwest Wisconsin. Ryan hunted a couple of their leases Friday and Saturday and Sunday morning, and the action was a little bit slower for them too. They seen a couple does, and then Leiden and Brennen hooked up Sunday afternoon up on one of the properties that Brandon can hunt, and he ended up shooting a doe. Came in just perfect for them. He laced it, and it was a quick in and out. Didn't do too much damage on the property that they're hunting. So it's been a very tough first week of the season, though. It's been extremely hot. We're seeing deer, but just not the deer that we're really keen in on. We did finally, Sunday was the first real good, Sunday and tonight were the first really good cold fronts of the season. And I think that we will start seeing more cold fronts and more bucks falling here in the next week or two.
I think the deer that you're seeing are falling are on food sources.
Yeah.
You know, the majority of them, people are finding the food source. Especially last week, I know, you know, with the hot temperatures, deer weren't probably moving very far, so if you could find a field edge, knew where their bedding area was and just intercepted them, I think that's how the deer that you were seeing falling, that's how it was going down. You know, we just didn't have that in our spots. You know, we're hunting tight to bedding areas, but we're hunting acorn ridges. Well, you know, to pick the right one, that's another story. You know, they can go a million different ways. So
when we're hunting acorn crops like this time of year, you're really rolling the dice on where, even if you have good weather, where the deer are going to come through is just a matter of being completely lucky in the right place at the right time. I think though some of these oak ridges that we are on are going to get really good come mid to end October when these bucks do start cruising, and I would be pretty shocked if we don't get an opportunity at least at one solid deer on public land this year. I still got high hopes on some of our private pieces that they're going to pull through for us, but other than that, I mean, that's all we really got for you for this week of Deer 30. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we can get a buck down to show you here in the next week or two. I think between going to Kansas and Alberta coming up and some of these guys hunting down in southern Wisconsin, I know they got some good bucks on the cameras too. So I feel like something's bound to fall for us. We just got to get a little lucky. So thanks for tuning in. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you guys are seeing this time of year as well. We're always curious to know what's going on in your neck of the woods, if you're seeing the same kind of action as we are and going through the same struggles. Yeah, I can't talk right now, but do what you gotta do. Give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to you guys later. Deer 30, we're out.
Yuppie.
Yuppie. I forgot to throw out this week's sponsor of Beer 30 is Miller High Life. Kind of out of the ordinary for what we drink this time of year, but cheers.